Hello everyone, how are you all doing? So, this is my first win in the VirtualDriftMasters 2025. We managed to take first place. The track was in Spain, called Circuito del Jarama. It's a very technical circuit, and this was the first time we saw it in a virtual drift competition. Let me get straight to how we did in qualifying. On my first run, I scored 87.75 points. It was scary because my spotter told me I only got 72 points. He was mistaken since the leaderboard hadn't updated yet. So when I lined up for my second qualifying run, I thought I had a really low score and that I needed to do my absolute best just to make it through qualifying. What do you think? I was under a lot of stress, but we pulled through and scored 94.5 out of 100. That's incredible. We managed to qualify in 9th place, which was amazing. Then we found out the bracket for the battles. Our first top 32nd opponent was Alex O'Hara. I'll let you watch the battle and see how we did. In the top 32, we faced Alex O'Hara. To be honest, I wasn't expecting such a strong chase run from him. Massive respect for that performance. Luckily, my spotter gave me clear instructions, so I was able to stay really close to him during my chase. Because of that pressure, he made a mistake in his lead run, which led to the win going our way.
Yeah, let's take a look at that run. It looked like both drivers, again, doing a great job. I mean, the level of driving in this is just so close and so competitive. It really comes down to the small minutia of both runs about who's going to walk away the winner. I mean, you have a great job on the surge here. It looks like the FRS does a good job just staying close throughout the entire run, but the BMW is so smooth. Does a great job clicking the angle, still comes through on that inside clip, and yeah, I'm impressed.
In the top 16, we went up against Stephen Hatcher. Since we lined up first in the lead position, that actually helped a bit. It allowed us to spot the mistakes Hatcher made during his chase. According to the judge's decision, I won the battle both in the chase and lead positions.
Same thing, actually, that we just saw from the S13, but only the BMW doesn't fall back as far after the contact. Interested to see what the judges are going to make of that one.
Man, you're looking at this run up here. Stephen Hatcher does a great job getting right to the angle he needs to get to outer zone 1. But look at them. Don Austriaca getting really aggressive, mirroring the angle, and then using that left foot brake to keep the proximity alive as they're going through his power alley. Huge decel here. Arias does make contact on that last inner clip, but this is something.
Next up was the top 8 against Alan Hines, a driver we've never managed to beat before in sim drifting. Let's see how it went. I think Alan simply wanted to push for an even better chase run and took a risk right from the start. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off. He made a big mistake during the initiation. He dived too far inside and had to recover quickly from the situation. Despite that, we had a really good battle with him. I hope we meet again soon.
That right there is exactly what we want to see if someone really wants to be the king and today's champion. As we come into the first corner, you see the BMW dive in, but that S chassis is glued to him, a tattoo on his door as they transition here, doing a good job, cutting the line a little bit to position himself. It's always a safe way to make the sacrifice that's going to have immediate payoff. He looks like he had to shadow back down a little bit, but here we see him transition, glue back to the door, and you can't even see him through the smoke. And then, of course, once it's...
Top 4 was against Daniel Andrejev, a tough driver, but this time we were stronger. I think he lost both his lead and chase runs, while we stayed consistent throughout the day. That consistency probably earned us the spot in the final. where we'll face the winner of the previous round, Zach O'Sullivan.
Second outer zone, but able to get back into it, lighting off the tires, going to the final outer zone, and inner clip is fantastic from Darius to Don Austriaca.
Yeah, right there. I mean, both of them doing such a great job, doing their thing. I think he's getting really close. I mean, I think we've seen a couple of these battles that almost look like identical twins of each other. Right there, you can see some contact made from just surging a little too aggressively. He does recover from it and get right back on the throttle again. This chase car doing a great job of just employing grip where necessary to stay close and right there in the pocket across the line. He'd be back on the throttle again. So this is really like just muscle memory at its finest.
It definitely is. Here's Andrejev in the lead as he is going into that first inner zone. And here's Darius the Don Austriaca coming in and getting nice and close and tidy. Now he has to reel in the proximity all the way through. As you see, Daniel Andrejev rip an e-brake so he could get into that final inner clip and then diving out to outer zone. And my goodness, I think Darius was using one hand that whole lap.
Yeah, this is another big perk of being able to see those inside the cockpit views. So here we go on this inside zone, or on this outside touch and go. We see really close proximity, just clearing that bumper. I think this is actually a little bit closer on the chase than we saw on the previous run. We see a toe back a little bit closer. What I really like to see about the chase car in this is just very settled movements, but you cannot deduct from the fact that that lead driver.
The final against Zach O'Sullivan was really intense and close. I lost communication with my spotter, so after finishing my chase run, I had no idea what mistakes Zach had made. Lining up for my lead run, I tried to put down a strong lead just like I had all day, but unfortunately, it didn't go as planned. I made a few mistakes. Despite that, we still managed to take the win, as Zach's lead wasn't close to a perfect 100-point run either. I believe the victory came down to my chase performance.
Possible for you to get to somebody else without having to ask for consent first for it to be socially acceptable. And here we go, coming through this chase run. O'Sullivan doing the best he can to dive in, taking a little bit of the inside meat to get closer, and then staying right on the door. He's touching him where he can and let him know, hey, I am right behind you. This is the last run, and we have a chance right now to put this to bed with the judges, and I'm going to stay towed behind you the entire rest of the run.
Thanks for watching, and see you soon.